With interstellar travel being more accessible than ever before, spacefaring civilizations have spread far and wide throughout the Euclid Galaxy. The Galactic Hub, the oldest and largest of these civilizations, accommodates 11 regions and contains the most developed systems of known space. Nestled in the Uefert Nebula of Hub Space, the Tisouhe-cring system contains 5 planets and 1 moon, inhabited exclusively by interlopers of the Galactic Hub. No major Gek, Viking or Korvax settlers dwell within this system, and it remains devoid of any space station or interstellar trading posts. Being one of the lesser populated areas of Hub Space, the native wildlife can thrive mostly uninterrupted on their home planets. This is Later Beta. Though it maintains the farthest orbit from the system's M-class star, Later Beta boasts the most extreme heat of any planet in the system. Temperatures here average around 50 degrees centigrade, exceeding 100 degrees during the planet's infrequent firestorms. In spite of these harsh conditions, a diverse variety of life has taken hold, creating a rich and full ecosystem. Tall, heat-resilient plants cover the rocky ground, casting much-needed shade onto the small shrubs and grasses that serve as the primary food source for many of the planet's creatures. To cope with this excessive heat, the majority of the species here have evolved to be small in stature, a trait that facilitates efficient heat dispersal, keeping them cool throughout the day. One of Later Beta's species, however, evolved a little differently from the rest. Rattusdudima, Later Beta's MegaFauna species. Towering above its fellow herbivores, this species can reach heights of up to 5 meters. Their bright, somewhat glossy exoskeleton deflects both light and heat, enabling the animal to maintain a comfortable temperature. Later Beta supports a crowded ecosystem, and for the widespread population of Rattusdudima, this can make finding a mate challenging. Vibrant colouring and gigantic proportions makes identifying each other from vast distances much easier. Their distinct outlines easy to differentiate from those of the planet's other grazers. This is extremely important as Rattusdudima are an inherently lazy species and will only exert energy when absolutely necessary. They live slow-moving solitary lives and as a precocial species expend very little effort in raising their young. Rattusdudima females lay a clutch of up to 6 eggs, burying them below the surface, in the cool soil surrounding groups of solar vine. During periods of extreme heat, some females choose not to expend their energy burying their eggs, the balmy temperatures perpetuating their laziness. Instead, they leave them on the planet's surface, making them easy prey for the planet's various egg predators. Recently, Later Beta experienced its hottest decade, a period of time in which not a single Rattusdudima offspring successfully hatched. This led to a dramatic drop in their population, and the species are still recovering from its effects today. Rattusdudima share the planet with a remarkable array of animal species, all perfectly adapted to thrive in the superheated conditions. Elsewhere in the system, it is the complete lack of heat that poses the biggest challenge for survival. This is Tunas, the Arctic moon of another of Tisouhe-cring's planets, Ichthys Omega. From the moon's surface, Ichthys Omega's rings are visible, lighting up the moon's icy skies with an impressive display. The frost-hardened ground is surprisingly fertile, supporting dense forests of evergreen trees, along with smaller shrubs and grasses. These trees produce protein-rich leaves, providing huge amounts of energy exclusively for Tunas MegaFauna species. Formibroe. Taller even than Rattusdudima, Formibroe can reach heights of up to 5.8 meters. This height advantage allows them sole access to a treetop buffet, consisting of only the freshest of leaves. A thick, blubber-like skin helps them to trap heat, keeping the animal warm in temperatures as low as -94 degrees. This requires a lot of energy, and each day, a single Formibroe will consume its body weight in leaves. With each animal weighing an astonishing 262 kilograms, feeding can take most of the day, the creatures moving slowly to conserve as much energy as possible. Luckily, food is plentiful, and the species experience no competition from the other grazers, whose diet is made up of the planet's low-growing grasses and shrubs. Formibroe are relatively rare, and as such have evolved to be hermaphroditic, allowing them the best chance to reproduce with any partner they find. After copulation, each mating partner, now carrying a child, goes their separate ways, searching for a sheltered place to birth their young. The parents take great care in raising their infants, helping to feed them whilst they are too small to reach the treetop leaves themselves. Animals on both Tunas and later Beta have overcome environmental challenges to survive in harmony with their home planets. On Ranto 2, the threat comes from an entirely different source. Being the third planet from Tisouhe-cring's star, Ranto 2 boasts incredibly stable conditions, experiencing very little environmental disruption. Small lakes and streams break up the desert hills, providing plenty of drinking water for the planet's inhabitants. 11 vegetarian species wander the plains in the comfortable 30-degree temperatures, grazing on the many species of cacti littering the planet's surface. All of them live cautious lives, always aware of the impending threat presented by the planet's formidable MegaFauna species. Rhinoemyea. Barbed tentacles laced with a powerful neurotoxin snatch at prey from underground, incapacitating any that cross its path. These tentacles can reach lengths of up to 6 meters and are strong enough to carry even the heaviest of prey. Seemingly endless endurance means that they can give chase for a number of days, waiting for their quarry to tire before going in for the kill. The animals here have each adapted their own special trick to avoid capture by Rhinoemyea. Tapirbiium, the most common of Ranto's grazers, uses its many metal-tipped legs to cause disruptive vibrations on the surface, in an effort to confuse any nearby predators. Should this fail, they are able to exert a quick burst of speed to avoid any immediate danger, though the energy cost is great. Boatpeumum, a fellow grazer, spends as much of its life as possible airborne, never staying in one place for too long as it dives sporadically across the planet's surface. As with any adaptation, this tactic is not entirely infallible, and not all grazers are lucky enough to avoid Rhinoemyea's toxic grip. Tisouhe-cring's lesser travelled planets host some of the region's largest creatures, each specialised to thrive perfectly within their environments. Travellers visiting the system will enjoy not only seeing the creatures up close, but exploring the many Galactic Hub built races and games stationed throughout the system. We hope you have enjoyed this documentary. Please like, comment and subscribe to support the crew on the next adventure, and remember to check out the Galactic Hub out there amongst the stars and on YouTube. As always, have fun, stay safe, and most importantly, be curious.